Chapter 5, Parents Return, Emma Ballard in the Crystal Book. Emma's eyes fluttered open. The soft morning light created a gossamer halo around the face that gazed so lovingly at her. It seemed as if a magical spirit sat beside her. Hairpins sparkled, and ocean blue eyes revealed a depth of feeling as deep as the sea. Flo caressed Emma's forehead, elated they had made it through the night without incident. "How do you feel?" Emma threw back the covers. "I feel great. I better get up and gather eggs." "Wait, Emma. Please listen." Flo helped Emma sit up. "Does it hurt?" "Nope, I don't feel anything. I was able to heal some of your injuries from your fall and relieve any pain. But," Emma drew in closer, "you will have to wait for a little while till we can heal the worst one. It means," Flo paused with a sigh, "it means you can't use your legs until that time." "You mean I can't ride Primbo or run to the beach or anything?" Emma struggled to move her legs. "Flo, I can't feel my legs." She started to slap at them. Flo grabbed her hands. "Emma, it's no use. It's in your spine." "I don't want to be here. This isn't even my room. I want to go to my room," she cried out angrily, pulling her hands away from Flo's grip. "Look at me. You must be brave." Flo held up a unique concoction. "You must be brave and drink this." Emma stared into the glass. A light blue dolphin floated in the sparkling water. "Dolphins usually make me happy. I don't feel very happy." And while she sipped at it, the effervescent bubbles tickled her nose. "Drink it all," Flo urged. Emma gulped the last of it and picked out the dolphin. She let it melt in her mouth. A calm came over her and her whole demeanor changed. Her anger left her. She smiled and hugged Flo. "Thank you. I feel better now." "Oh, those blue teeth. We'd better get them brushed," Flo said. Flo's concoction had just erased the memory of Emma's ordeal at school and her feelings of anger. Flo had spoken with Miss Troyana, and they agreed that it had to be done, well aware the black hole counted on weakening Emma into a negative and angry state so that it could overpower her in the next portal dream. Flo grinned, pleased she had possibly just outwitted the black hole with her magical potion. At that moment, Gabe burst into the room. Flo moved away, letting him have a few words. He sat on the bed with great care. "I am so sorry, Emma." "Don't be, I'm fine," Emma said, and then grinned and burped a blue bubble. "Your teeth are blue," Gabe grinned, relieved she seemed like nothing happened. Emma pointed to her glass. "Flo's magical drink," and she burped out another blue bubble. Robert arrived in a cheerful mood. "Good morning, Emma. Come on, I will take you up for your bath." Emma asked, "Gabe, will you gather eggs for me? And be careful of my spider. She has a web right at the door. I named her Priscilla." He gave her a thumbs up as he left. Her spider? Who ever heard of naming a spider? Silly girl. Flo fetched fresh clothes, and entering Emma's room, she thought to herself how hard it would be for a child to keep their own room neat and clean. Her constant reminding had worked, though. Emma's room indeed was tidy, and that pleased Flo, except for the school shift left over the mirror. Flo pulled it away, and the mirror gave a slight shudder. Flo stared directly into it. "I know you're somewhere, and we'll find you, Ella." Robert set Emma on the cushion placed at the tile bench in her bright cerulean bathroom. "I will go make breakfast," he stated. Flo thanked him and stood by the shelf of glass bottles filled with her unique concoctions of tiny, colorful bath crystals. "So, which one?" "You pick for me," Emma sighed. The bathwater ran from the brass dolphin's mouth. Flo poured a good portion of her magic bubble bath, the pink sea, into the flow. She lowered Emma into the warm, bubbly water of her dolphin-shaped tub. "Help me pop bubbles," Flo asked. Emma poked at a few bubbles. Each one burst into a display of holographic sea creatures that rose until they reached the ceiling, where they painted themselves onto a new backdrop of a coral reef. Emma leaned back so Flo could wash the dirt from her hair. "I do love your bubble baths. Oh, pink leaping dolphins." The reef scene played out until all the bubbles popped. The ceiling turned back to billowing clouds. "I could stay here all day. If only I were a mermaid. I wish I was a lovely mermaid, Flo." "Let's get you dried and dressed, and you better watch out what you wish for," Flo said, grabbing a towel. Down in the warm kitchen, filled with many cupboards and cabinets, and a hearth so large it took up one wall, Robert and Gabe figured out breakfast. Fry strolled in from the garden with a large bouquet of daylilies. "I see your daylilies are coming along, Fry," Robert commented. "I enjoy creating them. They are easy enough." He arranged them in a crystal vase and set them on the kitchen table. "I will go see if Emma is ready to carry down. Smells like breakfast is about to be served." Fry knocked at the bathroom door. He heard the two girls giggling, calling out they were ready. Emma was squeaky clean and dressed. Emma reached her arms up to him. "Just in time, since I can't walk." Flo said she would be right down after she tidied up the bathroom. Fry carried Emma down the grand staircase. "Why is Flo so tidy?" Emma asked, running her hand along the banister. "It's just her nature," Fry answered, taking each step with care. "I usually slide down the banister even though I'm not supposed to. There are 33 steps. I've counted them." "Well, I never knew that," Fry admitted. "I thought you might be counting them since you were going so slow." "No, I was just being careful with you in my arms." He set her down at the head of the table, and Emma straightened herself up with her elbows on the armrests. She politely waited for everyone to be seated before she began eating. Her mouth watered at the sight of the pancakes. Her eyes brightened at the sight of the large bouquet. "Oh, the flowers are beautiful. I can't wait to get out in the garden again," she sighed. Fry thanked her. An idea had come to his mind. He became lost in thought over it. Yes, it would be perfect. The perfect birthday present for her. Robert inhaled his meal and pulled out his pocket watch. "It's time for me to meet the boys. Excuse me." Fry and Flo glanced at each other with concern. They knew this would be tough. "Can I go with you?" Gabe asked. "No, you stay here with Emma, please, and finish your breakfast." "Which colored eggs did I get, Grandpa?" Emma asked. Robert hugged her before he headed out. "I gave you Bean's green egg, of course." Flo handed Gabe a drink similar to the one Emma had, but without the memory lapse. He sipped at it, gazing at Emma. "I saw your spider. I never saw one like her before. Wonder where she came from." Emma stared back. "I know, me neither. She scared me." Emma held her head. "Ouch. My head hurts. Ow." Flo appeared concerned. "Emma, what is it?" "It's gone. It was just a sharp pain through my head when I was trying to remember something." Flo waved a crystal over Emma, just to be sure. "Do you think I should try and ride Primbo like this?" Emma asked. "Grandpa says we should always get back on and ride a horse after a fall." Gabe glanced at Flo. She made a motion for him to say something. Gabe searched for an answer. Flo came to his rescue. "You'll have to ask your mom and dad about that. Now, finish eating, please." Emma seemed satisfied with that. "Okay, I will." Robert jogged up the path to the covered bridge. Merlin followed overhead, perching on the roof. He knew not to leave the boundaries of the island. Robert's heart sank. He heard a car speeding down the forest road, their bright red 1958 Cadillac 62 convertible. Giles and Ben, having coffee on the cottage porch, greeted him. Well, they're back, I see. I'll put the car away for them, Giles said. Ben lit his meerschaum pipe, filling the air with the scent of cinnamon and cloves. Something is up, Giles elbowed Ben when Robert didn't answer. Robert waved to the laughing group in the car. They all seemed so happy, but that changed. They saw the concern on their father's face. Giles looked puzzled. He strolled to Robert's side. What is it, sir? Is everything all right? No, Emma had a fall with Primbo. I'm so sorry, sir. I saw them racing. Was a bit worried about that. Will she be all right? We'll have to wait and see. And the pony? Primbo is fine. The car pulled up and Giles opened the driver's door for Emma's father. For Emma's father. Bruce. Robert's boys stood tall, strong, and handsome like their father. Though not identical twins, no questioning they were brothers. What is it, Dad? What's wrong? Bruce asked, seeing his father's face. It's Emma, son. Gabe's parents, Bryce and Gabby, sat in the back seat. They quickly got out of the car to be at Emma's mother's side in case she fainted. She had become more fragile after losing one of her twins. Gabby, tall and slender, with short brunette hair in a pixie cut, stayed close to Emma's petite mother. She helped to support Adele, wondering what could be wrong. Robert hugged them. Let's walk. He led the way across the bridge to a grouping of marble benches that surrounded a statue of a two-tailed mermaid. Let's sit here for a moment. Adele trembled, weak in her knees. She seated herself next to Bruce, holding on to Gabby's hand. Robert broke the news, pointing to the place where the fall occurred. Emma had a fall with Primbo yesterday. Over there. What I need of you is not to show her any distress. Flo gave her the peaceful crystal and healed all but one of her injuries. The crystal book revealed what it will take to heal the injury related to her spine. Adele began crying. Gabby comforted her in her arms, and Bryce and Bruce looked to their father. She will not be able to walk until a certain healing crystal can be found, he said. I want to see her, Adele demanded. Give yourself a moment to pull yourself together, please. Robert's voice was gentle but firm. Flo has given her the crystal of happiness and strength. She is not distressed at all and is accepting her injury for the moment. So let's all be strong for her sake. She had another black hole portal dream while you were gone. Pathos was barely able to pull her out of it this time. He lost part of his arm. It's imperative to keep her happy and calm. We will talk more about it later. Remember, calm and positive energy. And without another word, Bruce and Gabby helped Adele down the path to the manor. How is Gabe? Bryce asked his father. He is taking it pretty hard. He suggested the race. Fry and I spent time working him through it last night, but he needs you. And he is with Emma now. How did Primbo stumble, Father? He's so sure-footed. Yes, Bryce, see over here? This hole? It is fresh and black, like a campfire had burned here. It is happening. The black hole is becoming more powerful and needs Emma in a weak state to take her. Every portal dreamer in our lineage has been lost to it. Our only hope now is to get her to sea camp. They continued in silence, allowing Bruce and Adele to have a few minutes with their daughter before arriving. Gabby waited outside for Bryce. Emma wanted to run into her father's arms and wrestled with the chair. Giving up, she held out her arms. Mama, Daddy, I missed you. Bruce gently scooped her up. Adele hugged the both of them, repressing a sob. I missed you so much, too. I had an accident on Primbo. I can't walk anymore. Bruce stroked her hair back. We will find a way. Gabe welcomed them back with a hug. Flo's drink helped ease his anguish over the accident he felt was his fault. Seeing his parents coming up the steps of the veranda, he ran to greet them. Wrapping his arms around his mother, his emotions welled up inside of him. Mama, Emma. Gabby stopped him. We know. Everything will be fine. She held his face between her soft hands and gazed into his eyes. We love you so much, and Emma too. Everything is going to be all right. Gabe's eyes brimmed with tears, and Bryce put his arms around him. It's going to be all right. Uncle Bryce, Aunt Gabby, I'm so glad you're back. Emma's expression was so happy they could hardly believe anything was wrong. I feel fine, she assured them. Robert watched his family. He felt their private pain even more than his own. The kitchen, filled with sadness, overwhelmed Flo. She also realized how very emotional Gabe was for a young boy. Even after her crystal of happiness drink, he still welled with emotion. She had misjudged him, thinking he would only need a tiny bit to help him feel better. He seemed more like his father than she realized. Her thoughts turned to Sage Willow. Wait a second, Gabby. Did Mr. Willow like the headstone for our dear Sage? Gabby put her arm around Flo. Oh, yes. We laid her to rest near the cottage in a crystal coffin. Mr. Willow wished for her. Do you know he had never used his wish ever in all those years he had been taking care of one's wish? The headstone is perfect, and the crystal in the headstone is just like the one in our family graveyard. Mr. Willow was most grateful. Glad it all went well. It didn't hear, Flo sighed. A wicked force is at work here, Flo. It's not your fault or Gabe's, Gabby said softly, walking away to comfort Gabe. Flo stood in the doorway, comforted to see Emma surrounded by her loved ones. For herself, now she needed some sunshine. She needed to nurture with nature. Next, Chapter 6, A Quest Revealed.